Welcome or welcome back. The title of today's story is The Island of the Rich, Part 2. The world saw Adam Hale as a hero, a survivor of an ordeal so terrifying that it left many speechless. But they did not see the darkness that resided within him. They did not see the sleepless nights, the endless torment, and the visions of Elise's final moments that haunted his every waking hour. To the world, Adam was the man who had overcome impossible odds. But to himself, he was a broken soul, consumed by a singular, encompassing hatred. The island had taken everything from him, and the ones who had orchestrated the twisted game still walked free, basking in their wealth and power. They were untouchable, or so they thought. But Adam, in his grief and rage, had made a vow that he would make them pay. Every single one of them. The first step in his plan was to disappear. He cut ties with the world, vanishing from the public eye, leaving behind the image of the tragic hero who had given all his wealth to charity. No one knew where he went, and that was exactly how he wanted it. Adam needed time, resources, and a plan. He knew that to take down the people responsible, he would have to become something darker, something more ruthless than they could ever imagine. Over the next year, Adam traveled the world, seeking out the skills and tools he would need. He trained with ex-military personnel, learned the art of espionage, and immersed himself in the dark underbelly of the criminal world. He built a network of allies, disillusioned former soldiers, hackers with a vendetta against the elite, and those who had been wronged by the very same people Adam sought to destroy. They called themselves the Revenants, meaning the returned dead, rising from the ashes to deliver justice. Adam studied his enemies meticulously. The people who had organized the deadly game were part of an exclusive, secretive club known as the Syndicate. They were some of the wealthiest and most powerful individuals in the world, with connections in every corner of the globe. But they were also arrogant, and they underestimated the lengths to which Adam was willing to go. One by one, Adam began eliminating them. The first was a media mogul who had broadcast the deadly game to a select audience of billionaires. Adam infiltrated his estate during a lavish party, taking out his security team with precision before confronting the man in his private study. The mogul begged for his life, but Adam was unmoved. He left him with a message carved into the desk: for Elise. Next was a tech billionaire who had provided the surveillance equipment and tracking devices used on the island. Adam sabotaged his private jet, causing it to crash in the remote mountains of South America. The wreckage was never found, but Adam knew the man had died knowing why. The syndicate members began to realize they were being hunted. They tightened security, increased their paranoia, but it was no use. Adam was always one step ahead. He took down a corrupt politician in his own home, poisoned a pharmaceutical tycoon at a charity gala, and orchestrated the downfall of a banking magnate by exposing his illegal dealings to the authorities. As each member of the syndicate fell, fear spread among the remaining few. They tried to band together, but Adam had already planted seeds of mistrust among them. He leaked information, forged documents, and manipulated events to turn them against each other. Soon, they were more focused on their own survival than on stopping the relentless force that was Adam Hale. The final target was the leader of the syndicate, a man known only as the Patron, who had masterminded the entire operation. He was a ghost, shrouded in mystery, with layers of protection and hidden identities. But Adam was relentless. He tracked the Patron to a secluded fortress deep in the Swiss Alps, an impenetrable stronghold guarded by mercenaries and very tight security systems. But Adam was no longer the man who had arrived on that island months ago. He was something else, something darker. He breached the fortress, taking down guards with a cold efficiency that had become second nature. When he finally stood before the Patron, the older man looked at him with a mix of fear and admiration. "You're a remarkable man, Mr. Hale," the Patron said, his voice calm despite the situation. "You could have been one of us. Imagine what you could have accomplished." Adam stared at him, the memories of Elise's final moments flashing before his eyes. I'm not like you, he replied, his voice devoid of emotion. I'm here to end this. The patron smirked, leaning back in his chair. And what then, Adam? After you kill me, what's left for you? Revenge won't bring your sister back. Adam didn't respond. He raised his weapon, and with a single shot, ended the life of the man who had caused so much pain. The room fell silent. Adam turned away, his mission complete, but the emptiness inside him only grew. He descended the mountain in silence, the weight of what he had done pressing down on him like a physical burden. The world would never know of his actions. The syndicate would crumble, its members either dead or fleeing in fear, but there would be no glory, no sense of victory. Adam returned to the place where it all began, to the island that had taken Elise from him. He stood on the cliff where Elise had made her final sacrifice, the memories flooding back in overwhelming waves. He had avenged her death, but it had not brought him peace. The love he had for his sister, the bond they shared, was the only thing that had kept him going. And now, with his enemies gone, there was nothing left to hold on to. Adam took one last look at the ocean, at the horizon where the sky met the water, and then he closed his eyes. In his mind, he saw Elise's smile, heard her laughter, felt her presence beside him one last time. And with that, Adam stepped off the edge, letting the sea take him as it had taken Elise. In the end, Adam Hale had won his battle. He had avenged his sister, taken down the monsters who had destroyed their lives, and freed himself from the torment that had consumed him. But he had also realized that a world without Elise was a world he could no longer live in. The island, once a place of horror, became a final resting place, a grave for two siblings who had been forced to fight for survival, only to find peace in each other's memories. Goodbye for now, till our next adventure.